Hi, welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Paul Lisnick. When a young person or a family finds themselves in crisis, where do they turn? Sometimes it's very scary and they're not sure where. Well, I want you to meet my next guest who is there to assist those people in need. Sol Flores is the executive director of La Casa Norte, and your organization, Sol, assists those very people that I'm talking about. Who makes their way to you?
Yeah, Paul, we work with young people aged 16 to 25 who find themselves homeless or in some type of housing crisis where they have nowhere to go that night. We also work with families, mom or dad, that have a child under the age of 18 that are also having some type of housing crisis.
This is scary for them. And when they come to you, this isn't a matter of just kind of placing them somewhere. You have the facilities to help them.
Absolutely. We provide actually an umbrella of housing services. We manage emergency shelters, transitional housing, and longer-term supportive housing. We're also able to help a household with a short-term sort of financial assistance or rental assistance for 1 month.
So when obviously the organization La Casa Norte, it sounds like you're working primarily or a lot with Latino families, but that's not all you're helping.
Exactly. While we have a focus on serving the Latino community through the provision of bilingual and culturally competent services, we welcome and work with anyone who comes to our doors.
So it's not just the housing that you work with. You've got intensive services you help people out with, and talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So the first step is getting someone into a home that night, right?
Give
That
a roof over their head.
Absolutely. And the next thing is those other basic needs like clothing, right? Transportation assistance. And then thinking about what's next. What are their goals? What do they want to be? So that's what a case manager would work with them on, as well as a therapist. For young people, it's about getting them back into school or on an employment track. And for families, moms and dads, it's mostly focused on employment and any other type of benefit program that they may want to access.
If mom and dad have lost their jobs, these families could find themselves in need of food, of clothing. Do you help?
Absolutely, yeah. And if we don't have the services or the provisions on hand, we have a strong referral network with other organizations, churches, other nonprofits across the city.
So you work with a sort of a networking between you and other organizations who have the same concerns that you do. You got a pilot program I want to talk about because this is really exciting, something coming up. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Over the last 10 years, as we've been doing our work, we've been thinking about when young people are exiting our emergency and transitional housing programs that still have this desire to go to college but are struggling with an ongoing housing crisis. So just this past month, we've launched our brand new Homeless Youth in College program. And what we're doing is placing full-time college students who are also homeless and having a crisis into a dormitory. So we're helping support them while they get to experience dorm life living, and then our case managers are coming into their dorm and providing ongoing services, right? Supporting them to make sure that their financial aid is taken care of, that they're working with the academic advisor, that they have enough food, that they're integrating well into their new housing situation.
It's fascinating. I mean, because when you think of somebody in college, you think that the basic needs are taken care of. So how, tuition and so is it that somebody's in college and then finds himself to be homeless?
No, it's mostly who we're targeting are young people who were already in our programs, who said, I want to go to college, who've finished a high school or GED program, and then who've taken the steps to enroll full time. We know, Paul, that the way out of poverty and homelessness is through education, right? So if we can give these young people a type of support that will help them sort of end this crisis in their life, then they grow up to be productive, contributing residents and citizens of this city and country, which is what we all want.
How many folks do you get to help, say, in a given year?
Yeah, so we're working with about 2,000 households annually, yeah, and there's a lot of need out there. Well,
thank you for the work you do. The community appreciates it. People that want to find out about how to reach you, we'll post the website. But
absolutely, yeah, they can go to www.lacasanorte.org.
Okay, well, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes.
Thanks for being with me.
Thank you.
Good to see you. They're doing great work in the community. Check them out. My guest this hour has been Sol Flores. She, again, is the executive director of La Casa Norte. I'm Paul Lisnick. Thanks for watching us here. This is Comcast Newsmakers. Bye-bye.